So, someone explain me why, after studying 2 whole weeks of biochem, 6 to 8 hours every single day, I take a UWorld and I score a 6 out of 20. For context, my UWorld averages are usually around 10 out of 20 or 50%. I scored a 6 out of 20, which is far less than that 50%. On top of that, my practice for full length exams, I got a 521 back when I took it in September, and I got a 523 last month. Why does this not make sense? I mean, I made a lot of silly errors, and this is one isolated case, and I haven't done UWorld, and UWorld is slightly different than the AAMC exams actually because it's more memorization based, but still, this is terrible. On that note, though, today was special because it was the first day of classes. And so I got to see neuroscience and I got to see PChem. Now, PChem was early up in the morning, and I honestly did not have high hopes for it based on what the homework was. The homework was a math problem, like entire set, and it was a lot of calculus. And calculus has been a weak point for me, especially. Like, I did get a 4.0 in calculus, but just because you get a 4.0 in something doesn't mean that you're good at it. And so when I walked in, I realized I was screwed because every single practice problem that we did on that screen on day one, and these are like 40-minute classes, so we only did like 2 or 3 practice problems. They were all calculus based. And I realized now that I have to go back, I have to study calculus, I have to study PChem, I have to do both of that, I have to study MCAT at the same time, as well as keep up with neuroscience research, and now this is slightly getting more overwhelming. On that note, though, the professor for PChem is wonderful. He kept me engaged the entire class. Although I was feeling screwed the entire class, I was engaged. It was fun. He made the classes funny. It was like lots of fun. I enjoyed it. The class was great. But I literally do not have the backbone for this class. On that note, though, the other class, neuroscience, was even better. Now, neuroscience is done a little bit differently at UW Seattle. Basically, it's very cohort based, which means you should know whoever is in your cohort, aka whoever's in your class, and you take that class with everyone. So you have like a set sort of process with each class. You take it in order, you can't deviate the orders, you can't really do any like redos. You're with your entire cohort the entire time. And I think that was really cool. And honestly, I had a lot of fun. We had a lot of introductions around people. We learned a little bit of neuroscience, and I love neuroscience because I do research in neuroscience. I also read a lot about neuroscience, and I shadowed a lot about neuroscience. So, neuroscience, lots of fun. I'm really looking forward to this class. PChem, not so much, but the professor's fine, so that's that. On top of that, I was able to do a little bit more work on my research, and yeah, that's how things are looking. Hopefully, all are doing well, but today was day 5, and that's that. Bye bye.